Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan was trying to play smart. Looking at Russia involved in the Ukraine war, he tried to pull a fast one in Syria. But Putin has busted him. How? Let's find out. Hi and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm Vedika, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI Global channel yet, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. Russia and Turkey could be at the brink of a major clash, a war to be precise. Why? Well, Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is bullying Syrian President and Putin ally Bashar al-Assad. Erdogan wanted to create a 30-kilometer deep safe zone on Syrian soil while Russia was fighting Ukraine. However, Putin is already winning the war in Ukraine, and now he has set his eyes upon the next goal, put Erdogan in his place. And to be fair, this is just one of the many fronts between Russia and Turkey that could explode into a wide war. Northeast Syria is becoming a junction of global rivalry. The region is presently held by the Syrian Democratic Forces. SDF is led by a Kurdish armed group called People's Protection Units. Turkey considers the Kurd fighters to be terrorists, whereas the US and SDF have functioned as allies in the battle against the Islamic State. So, the US is happy with SDF control in the region, while Syria wants to create a safe zone in northeast Syria by launching a military operation. Putin, on the other hand, is friends with Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and wants Damascus to assert its authority over this volatile region. He is therefore also opposed to any Turkish presence in northeast Syria. However, Erdogan recently announced, "We will soon take new steps regarding the incomplete portions of the project we started on the 30-kilometer deep safe zone we established along our southern border." Erdogan must have thought that Biden is incompetent and Putin is busy in Ukraine. So, who will stop my invasion? Erdogan, however, seems to have miscalculated Russia's reaction. As it turns out, Moscow has dispatched military and including warplanes and helicopters for the Russian forces stationed in northeast Syria. Meanwhile, Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov too has reiterated that Moscow will continue to support full restoration of Syria's territorial integrity. So, if Turkey is planning to push ahead with its military operation in Syria, it must get ready to face the wrath of Russian military might. However, Syria is just one of the several factors that could contribute to a warlike scenario between Russia and Turkey. Only recently, Russia and Turkey were standing at the brink of a naval war when Ukraine sunk one of Russia's Moskva warships in the Black Sea. Turkey had then closed passage of warships through the Bosporus and the Dardanelles. This effectively meant that the Russian Navy couldn't navigate its vessels between the Mediterranean and the Black Sea. Erdogan thus used Turkey's control over navigation into the Black Sea and miffed Russia right in the middle of a war. Putin is winning the Ukraine war anyway, but if push comes to shove, he would want to settle the issue surrounding the Turkish Straits for once and for all. Meanwhile, Putin would also want to exploit Erdogan's hatred for the Kurd fighters to keep the NATO in check. Remember that NATO has been trying to expand itself despite Moscow's objections. It is trying to induce even Finland and Sweden into its fold, and the two countries have even applied for membership in the military alliance. Yet, Turkey, an existing NATO member, has already objected to the membership of Finland and Sweden. Erdogan administration accused them of supporting the banned Kurdistan Workers' Party and other such groups. If Turkey continues to exercise veto, Finland and Sweden will not be able to join the NATO. This serves Putin's interests of restricting NATO's expansion. Now, with the likely Russian troops built up in northeast Syria, Putin can tell Erdogan, if you want Turkish forces to stay unharmed, don't lift the veto on membership of Sweden and Finland. Putin has thus put Erdogan in a fix as Russia gears to take Turkey in an intense war.